What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Pluto in Partner's second house in Synastry, and this is going to be part one. Okay, so this is for anybody that has their Pluto falling in their partner's second house, or vice versa, or your partner's Pluto's falling in your second house, or um, your Pluto's falling in your partner's second house. I know that was crazy, but whatever. All right, so now this is going to be a tricky and risky placement, okay? So this can be found in married couples, long-term relationships as well. So what this really gives off is a tricky, risky kind of vibe. Okay, you got to take caution with this. But first, let's run down what Pluto is, right? So we already know that Pluto is linked to Scorpio, and it does rule over the 8th house in the natal birth chart, right? Traditionally. So Pluto has to deal with death, rebirth, transformation, joint finances, taxes, loans, secrets, taboo topics, hidden things, the occult, astrology, alchemy, mystical, magical, black magic, white magic. It has to deal with several different things. The underworld, the world that you cannot see, it has to deal with the conscious mind. But what is the second house? The second house is actually the opposite house of Scorpio, okay? Of the 8th house. It's the opposite. They're opposites of one another. The second house has to deal with being self-made and self-sufficient, not having to depend and rely on people for things. It has to deal with finances. It has to deal with survival. It has to deal with building um, wealth and things like that, luxury, okay, and having an eye for luxury. Okay, it's linked to Venus. So when you're looking at this, you can look at this like Pluto being in contact with Venus, Venus and Pluto together in aspect, okay? And we already know that that's some dynamic shit right there, right? We already know it. This could be very, very similar as well to if somebody has their Venus falling into somebody's 8th house. It's going to be similar to this, okay? But it is a little different, but it is very damn similar, okay? So now, as I said before, tricky placement, risky placement to have. This is an indication that the couple has the ability to be a power couple with each other. Okay, they do have that ride or die, partners in crime type of shit going on with them. So this is a love hate relationship. This is what it could turn out to be. Or should I say love and war? Because that happens too. So this can also be a codependent relationship. This is similar to Pluto-Venus contact. The couple may have a tendency of splurging and spending money recklessly on just about anything. Yes, these are the type of people that love to have a good time. They love to turn up. They love to go out to eat. They love to do activities with each other. All right. If they maybe they drink every other day and they smoke every single day, okay, and then they have to live their everyday lives and doing things like that, but they are that kind of thing. Examples of things they can also spend their money on: clothes, jewelry, trips, weed, liquor, property, land, real estate, cars, trips, and the list goes on. So the Pluto person can help the second house person be more confident when it comes to self-love, self-value, and their self-worth. However, the Pluto person also has the power to tear down the second house person in those same areas that I just mentioned. Okay, so isn't it ironic that the Pluto person has the ability to build you up in some kind of way, take part in investing in you, helping you out. One second, because the plane. Yeah, I live close to the airport. That's what it is. So anyway, that's what I was saying. that it is ironic that the Pluto person has the power to be able to help the house person in the areas of self-love and self-value and self-worth. But they can actually tear them down in those specific areas as well. And we're going to get into why in a minute. So the Pluto person may or may not take advantage of the house person. Okay? They may or may not. They have the ability to do either or. So they could take your kindness for weakness, or they won't do it. So this placement is linked to money, power, control, and sex. This is a learning experience as well. And this is also considered a karmic relationship. So yes, there is karma surrounding this relationship. The couple may become a rich and wealthy couple. Pluto person may seek out to upgrade the house person. Now, another scenario here is the house person's is naturally giving and generous. Okay, so the house person is going to be kind. They're going to want to do. Okay, they're going to want to do certain things for you. And that can easily be looked at as the Pluto person can take advantage of that energy. Okay, suck their ass damn dry. Okay, of funds and all different types of things, money, all of that, property, all of that. So let's say the house person has property or inheritance. The Pluto person may convince the house person not to keep it or to tell them to keep it. See, they have some kind of influence on the house person and how they're moving. So pretty much the Pluto person has a lot of input and influence over the house person. The second house person usually learns to follow their own gut, and then shit will start getting off the hook. Okay, so now once the house person starts realizing, okay, you know what, that was a bad choice, that was a bad decision, I shouldn't have did this, I shouldn't have did that. This is where arguments and bickering, fights and things like that go on and take place, and it could get ugly and damn nasty for anybody that has this. Okay, the couple knows each other's business, even to the point of if it was told or exposed to the public, your ass might go to jail for a very long time. Okay, so both people have insight due to conversations and conversing and all of that. They know your deepest, darkest secrets. They know shit that you did when it comes to criminal shit. Y'all probably even did damn crimes together, okay? But y'all probably also did some shit without each other. And this is where lines can get crossed. This is where the love-hate relationship comes to play at. This is where it's love and war sometimes with this, even though they can be a power couple and be seen in that kind of way, like they go-getters and they grinders and they hustlers and they to the bag, they to the money. It's just crazy. So the couple may be considered as a sexy power couple. Physical attraction and passion is strong here. It's hard to walk away from this relationship due to the investments of all kinds. Now, I'm going to give you some examples of the investments that these people do form together that makes it even more extremely difficult to walk away from this connection. So some examples may be money, time, trust, owning businesses together, owning property together, owning land together, owning real estate together, having children with each other, hanging around the same circles. So the Pluto person may want to control or have control over the house person's assets and investments. So this can be an ugly breakup where lovers become enemies, fighting over things they shared and built together. Now, if they are married, okay, and fighting over things the person didn't work for is something that is very common, okay? Fighting over shit. Yeah, now, fighting over things that you did not accumulate together, okay? So that means somebody has a business and they own their own business and things like that. If y'all married and y'all break up and things like that and you want to cut, but you didn't put no work or no effort into that particular business, okay, this is where things get ugly. So, it makes me think about like that movie, Why Did I Get Married? Too. Okay, where Janet Jackson and Malik Yoba was getting into all of these different types of things. You know what I'm saying? Fighting over money and things like that. Even though they loved each other, they did, but it was some shit going on. Also, acrimony. You see what I'm saying? That other movie with Taraji and that other guy that played it there. Okay, so I'm just giving you scenarios on how this shit could be looking. Okay, as a matter of fact, Jay-Z and Beyonce do have this. Okay, in Synastry. So this is a lot of shit. So now examples on, like I said, why did I get married to? And acrimony is going to be prevalent. Okay, this is also linked to envy and greed. Okay, and it may play out here in this particular relationship. Now, on a lighter note, it's also about wisdom, knowledge that needs to be learned here. Okay, why is somebody's Pluto falling in your second house? Because both people need to be using wisdom in this connection. This is what they need to learn. The couple can get money and then go broke. This is a rags to riches love story. So, one of the major lessons here is to value what you build together. Effective manipulation may take place here. The house person wants to make sure you're good all across the board. The house person usually buys Pluto a lot of shit, even when it comes to investing in them, in their lives. Okay, this could be for the sake of looking good. Okay, remember what we were talking about before, upgrading and things like that, right? The house person can also upgrade the Pluto person, even though the Pluto person can upgrade the house person. It's really like they're upgrading each other. Okay, but they could also tear each other down. Pluto person is usually the one that has the ability to have that effect on the house person. So Pluto doesn't even have to ask for anything, and the house person will do automatically what needs to be done. Okay, now this is tricky when this happens. Why? Because when somebody didn't ask you to do shit and then you do it, and then you feel like you're always doing something, you could begin to start feeling like you're being used and abused. Okay, but you have to look at it in another way, in another light. Like, I'm the one that keeps doing it. I have to stop me from doing it all the time. Stop spending your bread. Just stop it. So the house person may end up feeling used and abused in some way. This is very similar to Venus in the 8th house or falling in your partner's 8th house. Sex is addictive and also extremely powerful. All right, but it is surrounded by money, power, and control. The couple could have done crimes together as well. Illegal, illegal activities. Pluto person can be viewed as a pimp or pimping the shit out of the second house person. But the second house person doesn't see it this way. Both partners will change and transform themselves due to this connection. The second house person will begin to view the Pluto person not as the same person that they once knew in the beginning of the relationship. Okay, so they can begin to start feeling robbed of love, robbed of time, robbed of money, robbed of property, feelings of hurt, feelings of resentment if the relationship ends. So the couple may feel like they are under some type of spell, some type of love spell. Okay, it's very common for you to feel that way in this type of connection. A lot of sex, a lot of turning up, smoking, drinking is going on in this relationship. Turning up, having a good time, spending money. A lot of money is being spent in this relationship and sometimes in destructive and reckless ways. So this is dangerously destructive. And in love relationship. So this is a dangerous and destructive love affair going on here. You can handle it, is the question. Can you handle this relationship is the question. Some might get their ass beat the fuck up in this relationship. Really, really bad. Somebody might get hurt in this relationship. So usually they share secrets and hold secrets as well. Lies and deception to keep what you have together is extremely possible. Feeling like you own each other, fatal attraction. Anyone trying to break this relationship up needs to be careful. They need to take caution. They need to be aware. Why? Because your ass could get hurt. Okay? If they could go back and forth with each other and bicker with each other and things like that, and you're trying to interrupt what they have going on, oh, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. They're going to have to subtract your ass. So, are you all out? All right? Going all out when it comes to flings, when it comes to ex-lovers and things like that, all of these different types of things, cheating is what I'm speaking about. If those are those type of things that are going on, it's going to be a major problem. Okay? Outsiders trying to intervene, major problems going to take place. Pluto person. Pluto person will usually be the first to cheat, even though they both may do it at some point in a relationship. Pluto person may also drain the second house person dry of their money. Together, they can build great wealth and be viewed as a living example to other people. So they have potential here for a lot of great things. Sex is raw and passionate and even animalistic. Intoxicating sex is an indicator here, as well as unrequited love, a toxic relationship, and an unforgettable relationship. So if this connection did end, it doesn't even have to even end, but it can. If it ends, it's going to be a nasty breakup. And these is the type of relationship that you will not be friends like that no more. You're not going to be cool like you once was. Maybe hi and bye, how you doing? Okay, and that's the fuck it. If you even get to that point. If they stay together, it can be beneficial to them when it comes to building wealth, okay, and owning things together. So it's hard to get out of this relationship. It's hard because you're attached to them um, in a spiritual sense, but in a material sense, okay? This could be the type of relationship that you're still with the person because of economical reasons, because you're financially good, okay? Y'all are better together than apart. Y'all have more together than not together. I'm going to leave this on this note for now, and in future videos to come, I'll go more into depth into this. But this is part one. Anybody want to get their chart analyzed, please hit me up. Anybody want to donate to the channel, please feel free. So this is a force of nature, spiritual awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.